Hello and welcome back to Newsline, brought to you by People's TV. In today's news commentary, we once again turn our focus to the rapidly escalating situation in Iran. International media now describes the unrest as a full-scale revolution rather than a mere protest movement. The Ayatollah-led regime has reportedly resorted to lethal force in an attempt to suppress the uprising, with estimates indicating that as many as 2,000 protesters have been killed in the past 48 hours. These developments have already drawn the attention of both the United States government and the State of Israel. The figures being circulated are reportedly based on information emerging from hospital sources. Iran remains largely cut off from the outside world, as internet access has been fully censored nationwide. In many areas, including the capital city of Tehran, electricity supplies have been shut down. As a result, citizens have effectively been pushed into a cashless crisis, with ATM machines across the country rendered inoperable due to power outages. The regime is employing a range of similar measures to suppress protesters and cripple daily life. Banks have been closed, and smartphones cannot be charged without electricity, further isolating the population. These actions appear to be part of a broader effort to prevent information from leaving the country and to conceal the true scale of events unfolding inside Iran. A tense and volatile situation now grips the entire country. Widespread confusion has made it extremely difficult to obtain clear and verified information. Nevertheless, the majority of the sources we have cited indicate that their reports are based on eyewitness accounts. This is an exceptionally serious development. This is not a war, but a civilian protest movement. Yet, in just 48 hours, nearly 2,000 people are reported to have lost their lives. By the night of January 11th, President Donald Trump had convened senior advisors and military leaders to review possible responses to the crisis in Iran, as reports of a deadly crackdown on protesters continued to grow. The White House confirmed that Trump was considering a range of very strong options, including potential military action, in response to what he described as an escalating humanitarian and political catastrophe. Trump told reporters that the U.S. military was closely studying these options and emphasized that a decision had not yet been made, but that some very serious courses of action were under review. Iranian leaders have also reportedly reached out to the U.S. to open negotiations, although Trump indicated that action could precede any such meeting. According to media reports, the United States may launch military action against Iran as early as this week. At the same time, Israeli authorities have warned that Iran could initiate an attack on Israel despite the ongoing unrest inside the country. The fate of the Ayatollah regime over the coming days remains highly uncertain. Under these circumstances, it is reasonable to assume that Iran may attempt a large-scale military strike against Israel in the near term. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has stated clearly that Israel will respond with severe retaliation if Iran takes any action against the State of Israel. This people's revolution in Iran has escalated to such an extent that the commanding officer of the Basij police unit has reportedly been killed while attempting to suppress the protests. A unit commander typically operates under heavy security, and the killing of such a figure underscores the intensity and severity of the unrest. In a separate incident, another senior figure was reportedly killed in a suicide drone attack launched from within Iran. A similar pattern was observed during Iran's 12-day standoff with Israel. It is being widely assumed that these drone operations are being carried out by Mossad-backed groups operating inside Iran, particularly after Mossad publicly stated that its support for Iranian protesters would come from within the country rather than from outside its borders. According to multiple media reports, U.S. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has publicly voiced strong support for Iranian protesters, urging them to remain steadfast and saying help is on the way, as he interprets President Donald Trump's Make Iran Great Again rhetoric as a call for the protest movement to prevail over the Ayatollah regime. Graham stated that Trump's message means the regime must be overcome and that the Iranian people deserve freedom from oppression. His comments have helped fuel speculation about possible U.S. action, though officials emphasize no decision on military strikes has been made and the discussions remain at the planning stage. The phrase Make Iran Great Again, inspired by Trump's political branding, has been used by Graham and others to signal a desire for regime change and a future where Iran is no longer governed by the current clerical leadership. The current movement in Iran is notable for its rejection of both the Ayatollah and the broader clerical system. This trend is also resonating internationally, with demonstrators outside Iran chanting against the dictator and burning Iranian flags in solidarity. In summary, nearly 2,000 protesters have reportedly been killed, and the United States may be preparing a strike against the Ayatollah regime as early as next week, as indicated by President Trump's recent meeting with top military leaders. If this report helped you see the situation on the ground clearly, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to People's TV, where truth has no agenda, and facts speak louder than spin.
subscribe us for more details.